All right, my friends, welcome back. Tonight, that was a pretty interesting state of play for PlayStation. Started off fairly weak. I mean, I don't know. If we're being honest, it was pretty weak all the way through it. I mean, a lot of that stuff, most of that stuff is multi-platform, so it doesn't really matter. But what does matter are the impressions that PlayStation is sending to its player base. Now, I personally am freaking stoked for for Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. I'm stoked. I think that looks incredible. I still like that game. I still play around in that game a lot, actually. I usually run through that game. I usually get on that game and I like to make videos on it. I like to, just get in there and have some fun. And now that they've completely remastered it, bringing the visuals up to the quality level of what Horizon Forbidden West is, I think that is definitely a good thing. That definitely puts that game in a much better place for new players or people that haven't, actually played that yet. To bring, like better overall shaders, making that game just look absolutely incredible. It already had a beautiful looking world, and now it's going to look better. Like that's not a bad thing. I don't have a problem with that. They're only charging you a $10 upgrade fee, even on Steam and PC and everywhere else. So I mean, you're only paying $10 extra for all of that extra beauty and all the hard work that they did. And that's easy money for PlayStation, Not only are the people that have never even played that game going to get a better experience, but those of us who do have played it and do like to play it and want to continue to be in the world of Horizon, now we get a better looking overall experience with much better much better voice acting and face animations and everything else. I think it's good. I do think it's good that Sony is putting in the effort to bring some of these games forward. I do. Like, I appreciate that. I appreciated it back on the Xbox. I appreciate it now. Nothing has changed. Like, I am consistent. I appreciated it when Xbox was doing it. I mean, they were giving them to us for free. But I don't know if Xbox went as deep into some of their games as like PlayStation is with like The Last of Us remake, The Last of Us Part 2. Obviously, this, like some of the games that PlayStation is going out and like remaking and revamping, they're doing a really good job on that. Until Dawn, we're going to be playing that one here in a couple of weeks. I don't have a problem with this. They could literally remake all of the PlayStation 4 games and remaster them like this. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I would actually be pretty happy with that. If you go back and you look at, across like the PlayStation generations, I wish they would do some PlayStation 3 games as well. Honestly, I think that, the Uncharted collection could definitely use that upgrade path like they're doing for everything else. Bring it up, to the level of at least Uncharted 4. Maybe go back and work on Uncharted 4 as well. There's just so many amazing games in the PlayStation library, back in the PlayStation 2, back, even as far as PlayStation 1, if they could go back and like revisit some of that code and bring these, these franchises back up to date and introduce those to new audiences, I don't see a problem with that. I think Xbox could do the same thing. Right now, guys, while it seems like the creators and the developers and the studios and the publishers are literally creatively bankrupt, that might be true. There's a whole lot of, to me, it just seems like nobody wants to just stand up and say, all right, guys, we're going to make fun games again. Like, everybody's so worried about all of this nonsense because they all live in these bubbles that maybe going back and revisiting some of these older games would actually be good for these guys to go back and look at their work and look at the ones that were like, okay, this game was super freaking popular. People love this game. What did we do and what could we do to create that? Like revisiting some of these older games and reworking them and then being like, okay, that might help them get ideas for a sequel or for a new spin-off or something else. it is good for them to go back and revisit this work, especially if they've done hiring sprees and brought new people on. That gives those people a chance to revisit that first work and put their spin on it, put their touch into it, and then get back and, you know, bring them up to speed so that they can work on future projects together. That's I mean, like, yeah, dude, I'm stoked for Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Like, I am very stoked for that. And then, you know, let's talk about the Ghost of Yomi, or Yotai, or whatever, however you say it. It's this one here is kind of interesting, okay? Like, we all loved Jin Sakai from the first game, Ghost of Tsushima. And then you look at the new protagonist, it's a female protagonist. I mean, everybody went freaking berserk on Ubisoft for bringing out Naoi in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And then, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I find the freak out sessions over Ubisoft to be absolute crap. Absolute crap. This is so dumb. Assassin's Creed Shadows looks absolutely incredible to me. I cannot wait to play that. I mean, you've already got Ubisoft backing out of Tokyo Game Show and stuff like that, and I don't know, man. It's kind of sending the wrong message to everybody that they are, you know, like, yeah, Ubisoft is struggling, and Ubisoft gets hit really hard on every single game they put out. It doesn't matter. Like, they have what's called that Xbox tax, or the Ubisoft tax. And, you know, a lot of people sit here and try to say that Ubisoft games are trash, but then when they go back like a few years later and they actually buy these games and they start playing them, they're like, oh, wait a minute, this game wasn't that bad. I would be pissed I would be mad, dude, if somebody had like steered me away from a Ubisoft game that they weren't even gonna play themselves, telling me that game was garbage, and I bought into it because I liked the drama and everything, and then come to find out, like, I go back and I play that game later. Man, you could have played that game when it was new. You could have enjoyed that stuff. You could have simply paid for a month of Ubisoft Plus and tried these games out, man. I do implore people to try Ubisoft games. I love them. I find so much joy in Ubisoft games. I don't care if they're simplistic. I get one hell of an experience out of exploring Ubisoft open worlds. I love them. I absolutely love them. And, you know, like, the gameplay, they're comfort food for me. When it comes to gaming, they are comfort food. If Ubisoft was to, like, go away, man, I would be very, very depressed. I really would. I love to get into their open world games and play those and revisit them. They literally keep me freaking, you know, interested in gaming, to be completely honest with you, because a lot of other stuff, it's just like, you just never know these days. I play a lot of games. Ubisoft are not the only games I play, but they are probably some of my favorite that really do keep me engaged in gaming. And if something was to happen to them, man, I would be very disappointed. And when you look at a game like Ghost of Yotai or whatever, I look at that, and then I look at what, you know, Assassin's Creed, you know, has got out, and I'm looking at these games, and I'm like, gosh damn, these are so similar, and people are out there ragging on Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they're gonna be sitting there propping up Ghost of Yotai. Oh my gosh, this game is the second coming, and it's like, Ghost of Tsushima did not deliver that Ubisoft experience for me. Only, like, it was fun, it was fine, it was good. The combat is amazing. Like, I love the combat in Ghost of Tsushima. But in terms of, like, delivering that scope of what a Ubisoft game can do, and the open world and the detail of a Ubisoft game compared to that, yeah, dude, like, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. And I'm like, to think that these guys are gonna sit here and be like, yeah, man, Ubisoft or Ghost of, I'm like, really, guys, really? At least try Assassin's Creed Shadows for yourself, instead of letting the internet crazy people freaking, you know, make your mind up for you, because that really sucks to see that Ubisoft is going through these problems, man. And I freaking love their games, and like you got the Dreamcast guys, you got everybody out there just bagging on Ubisoft for quick, cheap personal gain, so that they can put a little bit of something in their pockets. And that sucks, guys. That really sucks, man. Like, Ubisoft doesn't make terrible games. They're above average, easily above average. They got so much content in them. Like, I always feel justified when I buy a Ubisoft game, because I know I'm gonna have something to literally play until I get tired of playing it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I thought the state of play was okay. I thought it was definitely pretty good. I'm excited for, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm excited for I'm excited for Ghost of Yotai. Yeah, like, I'm excited. Like, it's cool. I'm glad that they finally got a real PlayStation 5 game that's literally built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. So that's good. And it's a new map and a new world and a new character and everything. So we'll find out, guys. I'm excited about it. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.